Debbie, thanks for joining me today. As you know, I've asked you to collaborate on another exercise with me, and this time we need to work through the validation of 3 assessment tools. What we did last time was really good, really useful and successful. So yeah, I wanted to reach out to you guys and enlist your help again, if that's okay. Maria, I know you've done lots of assessment validation, but I thought it'd be worthwhile just having a quick meeting today to step through the process a little bit for Gabby's benefit.
Yeah.
And of course we need to work out how we're going to work through it and when we'll be able to get it done. So yeah, that was reason for calling you today.
Yeah, sure. That sounds fine. I don't have a huge amount of time available to me today, and validation itself is quite a complex task. So what type of validation are we doing? Is it validating the assessment outcomes, or are we validating the quality of the assessment tools?
Yeah, it's definitely the quality process.
Okay.
So the tools that we'll be looking at haven't been used, so we're not looking at assessment, the assessment outcome. We're just looking at the quality of the tool.
Right.
And of course, what we do will feed into the RTA requirement to do validation at least every 5 years on the tools.
Okay. So we'll need then the applicable units of competency and the assessment requirements for each.
Yes, that and more. So I've put together the packs that you've got in front of you,
Okay.
which contain the unit, the assessment requirements, the assessment plans that we're going to be reviewing, the assessment tools, instruments, and hopefully all the material that you need in there, including the assessor guidance and candidate instructions, that sort of stuff.
Great.
All in those packs, so hopefully there's everything there that you need.
Mm-hmm.
If there's not, let me know and I'll source it.
Yeah, these look pretty familiar to the last ones that we did.
Yeah, look, that's true. They are similar. They're different units of competency, of course, but last time we only looked at the instrument itself rather than looking at the whole assessment plan, the assessment tool. So yeah, the scope of this is a bit bigger, and there's a lot more things that we need to be thinking about while we're going through that process. Last time we pretty much looked at how effective the tool was and whether or not it actually met the rules of evidence and the principles of assessment. So we still need to do, all of that, but there's more. It's a bigger scope than that, and we need to really be thinking about how this assessment will work in a real life situation. So we'll be trying to put ourselves in that position of a candidate and in that position of an assessor, and see if there's enough information in these packs to be able just to conduct that assessment and for the candidate to be able to achieve the required level that he needs to and provide the evidence that we need to make a sound judgment. So, a lot to consider.
Yeah, sounds very complicated. I have no idea where to start.
Well, don't worry. What you did for us last time was really good, and this, isn't that far removed from it. So when we work through the packs, we're all going to come back together again anyway, and we'll sit down and consolidate all of our notes into a report for each of the tools. How does that sound?
Yeah, sounds good, but I just, again, no idea where to start.
Yeah, look, don't worry. You and I can catch up later, and I'll give you a quick session on compliance mapping and the whole validation process, and that should be enough to be able to at least get you started. But of course, if there's any questions that you have, feel free to email any one of us, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you for being so helpful and sharing your knowledge. You've got a wealth of experience, and it's great to have you on this team.
No problem.
Look, we've got quite a lot of work to do, so I've thought that we'll probably need about 2 weeks, I think, to work through the 3 assessment tools, and then I thought at the end of that 2 weeks, then we can get back together. Probably need a few hours to sit down and consolidate our assessments. But how does that work for you guys?
I've actually got annual leave booked in the week after next. Do you think we might be able to get it done before I start my leave?
Well, that'd be great. And I was conscious of the fact that we've all got other jobs to do, so I didn't want to put too much pressure on you. So, yeah, look, if you want to do it in a little over a week, then great. How does it work for you, Gav?
Yeah, well, I'm in between semesters at the moment, so I've got a lot of spare time.
Perfect.
Oh, that's great. Can we agree on a date and a time for our next meeting then?
Yeah, look, Friday week's my last day, so I could do it that afternoon.
Yeah, I finish on Fridays at 4 p.m, so I'm good.
Yeah, look, me too. I actually finish 4 p.m. on Fridays as well.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fine. What if we say kicked off at 1 o'clock and maybe if you want to, you can bring your lunch into the meeting room and we can have a bit of a working lunch.
Nice. Yeah, no, that sounds good. Yep.
All right, fantastic. I'll send you both an invite. And yeah, look, unless there's any other questions, we'll call it quits and catch you next Friday week.
Yeah, none from me. That's great. Thank
See
you.
you then.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks.